Welcome to the Long COVID Breathing Advent Calendar. And one of the exercises that Jackie and I use for our long COVID clients is left nostril breathing. And if you've seen one of our webinars, if you've been in the course, you will understand why we use it so frequently with people with long COVID. Because it's such a great exercise to calm us down. And there are so many other benefits to learning to left nostril breathe. So we've talked already about how you should be using your nose to inhale and exhale. We're trying to avoid mouth breathing as much as possible. So with left nostril breathing, what you're going to do is you're going to take a finger and you're just going to cover your right nostril. And you're going to inhale through your left nostril and exhale through your left nostril. And you're going to continue to do that with your mouth closed, if you can, for a minute or 2 minutes. And you will reap the benefits of left nostril breathing. Now, what are the benefits? There are many. There's at least 5. One of the things it does is it really cools your body down. So when we breathe into the left side of our nose, it has a cooling feeling, and it also stimulates our parasympathetic nervous system. You know that one called the rest and digest, the one that we struggle to get into because our heart rates are high, our blood pressure's high, we're stressed, and we're always on the in that fight or flight. Well, this breathing practice calms you down, stimulates that rest and digest. So what it also does, it restores your autonomic nervous system. So you've got your parasympathetic and your sympathetic nervous system. And when you've got long COVID, they are out of balance. We are sympathetically driven. We're in that up state. So that's why we feel stressed and overwhelmed. So it really rebalances that seesaw so that your sympathetic and your parasympathetic are now balanced. And the other thing it does, how many of us have brain fog and we don't feel great? We don't feel creative. We've lost that sense of intuition, that emotional intelligence that we had when we were well. Well, by doing this left nostril breathing, you're going to get blood flow into the right side of your brain. And that's the side of your brain that is the creative side, the intuitive side, the side where our emotional intelligence sits. So that would be a great benefit. The other thing we do, or it does, is it increases the strength of your breathing muscles. And we know that we are unable to do the usual amount of activity, exercise that we did prior to getting long COVID. And if I told you it would increase the strength of your breathing muscles, you'd probably give me a thumbs up, because that's one of the things that we feel weak. And our respiratory muscles, our diaphragm, are so important to stay healthy, because they are stressed when we have long COVID. So by increasing the resistance of the air going into your nose, and therefore using more of your respiratory muscles and using your diaphragm, you're going to increase the strength of those muscles. And guess what? That also increases your vagal tone. We keep hearing about that with long COVID. So our vagus nerve is the nerve that runs around our body, that takes care of the autonomic nervous system, and often ours are compromised. And then finally, it really calms you down and it focuses your mind. So it's a great exercise if you can do it prior to going to sleep. And the nice thing about it is, if it stresses you out, you can easily just remove your finger from your nostril and continue to breathe normally. And then return to the exercise when you feel up to it. But like I said, it's one of Jackie and I's favorite exercises for our long COVID breathing clients, and that's why we wanted to share it with you in the Advent calendar.